obsessed with this image I'm about to send you. I think it's a really good one.
That feels like cheating the no context start.
No, but see the image.
I saw this earlier. I saw this like honestly an hour ago. Okay,
it's a banger. It's a banger tweet. Some might say it's great because none of us are going to actually be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fun part.
Like post it in somewhere, like in the podcast voice chat or something.
Here, let's post it in the fucking channel we have made for it on this server.
True, we legit do have a channel specifically made for this stuff.
Images for podcast. There we go. Rest in peace, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, a great woman who sat on the throne for as long as anyone. Sad she'll never get to see Black Adam. You know what? I don't think it's sad.
Okay, so the funny thing is, when the Queen died, like, what they do is that basically like, every single advertisement board gets co-opted into the Queen is dead, and so it feels really fucking funny because you're trying to take the train, you're heading up the escalator. You know they have those like advertisements, like on the escalator.
Yeah.
So you just see like hundreds of photos of old Lizzie, and it's just telling you that she kicked the fucking bucket in black and white. It's the funniest thing.
I'll never get over the fucking like from like the Euro dance our radio station where it's like playing it, then quickly comes in. Yes, Prince Charles has died. 2 seconds silence. Back to the Euro beat. That was like the funniest shit ever.
The Euro beat goes crazy.
Euro beat actually does go really crazy. I will say that.
It's not my favorite genre, but it's a lot of fun, you know.
I mean, it's definitely just a vibe. It's a vibe kind of music. You're never gonna say, "Oh yeah, this is my favorite genre of music," but you know, if it's on, some might, you know. Discord die again?
No, we're all here. We just drifted into awkward silence. That's all.
I've had a long and arduous day of doing a modicum of casting and playing like a lot of Silk Song. So I'm mentally and physically exhausted. You understand?
We're disrupting your midnight session of Silk Song right now, aren't we?
Actually, yeah. I was doing whatever the fuck the mountain's called. Mount Faye. That's what I was doing.
Mount Faye, interesting.
Yeah.
I'd be the only person I know who hasn't played Silk Song or just Hollow Knight.
Well, I'm playing through Hollow Knight right now, so I can go and play Silk Song. That's my situation.
I feel like Hollow Knight is required for Silk Song, not because of like the story, just because of like the fucking mechanics. I feel like Silk Song is a bit. It's a hard game, you know. It's not, like,
I've heard it's more difficult than its counterpart. Is what I
for sure. It's way more difficult. I saw a Twitter post from somebody who was saying like they had there's this boss called Absolute Radiance, who's the hardest boss in Hollow Knight. And they got so tilted about some random piss low boss in Silk Song that they went and beat the boss like 4 times just to try and like convince themselves they're not washed.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I've never played a game like that.
A Metroidvania.
What, like a Metroidvania?
Yeah,
you might like them. I don't know.
Like, my feeling is I would, but at the same time, be like, oh yeah, I'm really having fun. No, like I've talked about on the podcast before. I play a lot of games. I enjoy a lot of them. I get to basically 95% done with the game. I put it down for a day, play Overwatch, and it's like, yeah, I'm never gonna go back. I have like 3 fucking games that I've been at 95% now for a year and a half.
That's diabolical.
Yeah, see, you just have to play a Yakuza game, and then that'll like rewire you and fix you right up.
But I feel like there's random shit in Yakuza games that I would
plenty
focus on.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is you'll do everything without even knowing you're doing everything. You'll randomly walk on a street corner and hey, it's side story number 47 where a guy in a diaper is currently looking for his baba. That's not.
I know it's not
a wrong quote, by the way.
I know
that's
it's
not a wrong quote. It's
a
real thing. That is Yakuza right there. It's a great series.
Yeah.
Too bad you have to play like 9 games to do it all.
There's a Cyberpunk mission where there's a guy who's got a like a cybernetic penis attached, but he's got the wrong version attached. So you have to drive him to a doctor fast enough, and if you don't drive him quick enough, then he explodes. His cock explodes. I thought the class needed to know.
And welcome back to episode 30 something of For the Love of Prod or whatever the hell.
Back to episode 34 of For the Love of Prod podcast here. As always, I am joined by Huntertain and Megalass. And technically, you could say this is his second time on the podcast, but we don't count the test episodes. So this is Spectrion's first time on the podcast.
1.5 time.
1.5.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Mm.
This is I briefly mentioned it to Hunter.
What's up?
Yeah.
It was
Hey.
at least with me, I'm sure.
Hey,
Say, let's go. It's say time. This early, let's go. Bye.
like no, it was with both you guys. Like I said, it was kind of funny how Spectrion was the guinea pig for our first test with a guest, and now he's also going to be the first time we have someone who's been on twice.
It does make sense. There's something cyclical about it.
Yeah, I mean, but we had mentioned a lot throughout all the episodes, especially like once we got into the early 20s, where we all kind of agreed, like, yeah, we need to give Spec an actual episode because that test one, it was let's just say rough around the edges.
It was an episode of all time. Is what it was.
You're developing the formula. You've now perfected, of course.
I don't think we ever perfected it. If anything, we found out how far off the rails we can go, and I feel like we haven't necessarily gone far enough yet. Or no, let me rephrase that. We haven't reached the limits of how far we can go.
Mm,
Haven't.
Well,
Finished the bits.
there's always tomorrow.
There
Or
is.
today, in fact.
Oh, so there always is tomorrow if that goes through. But I mean, so we're still gonna kind of do this like how we normally would, because I don't know how many people have actually watched the test episode with you, who have watched at least the last couple episodes, because granted we've been doing better recently, and I think the test episodes on this channel have been some of the worst performing videos we have, which isn't a shock.
There's
At
the
all.
lack of Spectrion mania.
Honestly, it might be that. Honestly, it just takes a Spectrion episode, and suddenly hundreds of thousands of views are gonna start flying through.
maybe. That's what happened with Unknowable.
Yeah, no, that was really funny because you were showing it to me at Stockholm, like, oh yeah, no, you can
God,
go
I
look at
was.
Unknowable's fucking, or yeah, you can go look on fucking YouTube channel. Any video that Specs in has like 2 to 3 times the views of any other video there.
Yeah, but see, the secret to that is they're all just fucking Horrocks rewatching it over and over, fucking glazing the screen.
You know, at a certain point, YouTube stops counting those as views. I can tell you from fact, they stopped counting it as views.
No. The Horrocks has alt accounts built just for that. Don't you worry.
He's got
Yeah,
7
that's
short
true.
accounts like he's Dr. Eggman, so he can
Yeah.
glaze me harder.
Exactly.
I will ask him about it in
37 alternate
Stockholm.
accounts.
alternate accounts.
Yeah, he's a
pe-
character.
pe-
He might do that, but he's too busy being strange anyway, so...
Only if Horrocks actually did something in prod, because I feel like he would be fun on this.
I've gotten casting before, but we were really drunk, so I'm not sure if it counts.
Drunk casting sounds like a lot of
It was
fun now.
me and Horrocks where we were really drunk. It was also like 30 degrees where we were casting, and we were like dehydrated. So I was passing out whilst he was talking, and then because we were casting one of our mates as well, we just kept screaming anytime he did anything. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I've never watched it back because I would take actual psychic damage, but it was fantastic.
That's not good.
It's suboptimal, indeed.
That's optimal. Anyway, Dex, may I finish the trilogy that I brought up to you? While we're probably gonna go into the transition of actual questions and somewhat seriousness.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
Um,
sure. Let's go ahead. Let's get off the rails a little bit further before we get right back on them. Here,
It's
Spec.
not too much. It's not too much. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, those that do know, and perhaps those that don't, in Spectrion, you're included in the situation now. A couple episodes back, I went ahead and I purchased a Game Boy because all I have, because I'm trying to build a retro collection a little bit, and all I have is my lonely Game Boy Pocket. And that's not good enough. You don't have a backlight. It doesn't fold up. So I decided I'm gonna buy a Game Boy Advanced SP, the one that folds up, has the backlight. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. So I go ahead and buy this thing off of eBay like an absolute idiot. It arrives about a week later. I open the packaging to find out there is not indeed a Game Boy SP, but a Nintendo DS Lite in there instead. Into which I went on a huge rant because I was aggressively angry about the fact that I could not play my game, as my charger in my game had already arrived, but there was nothing to play it with.
Fun fact,
And
I
lo and
have that as a
behold-
short. I just never uploaded it.
You does upload it now. But lo and behold, I'm returned that, and I have gotten a different one from a different seller. And I opened up the package today, and you know what came in? The actual fucking Game Boy SP. It actually came through.
Let's go. That's lovely.
I'm so happy today. And now, as
You can hear it.
Well,
we can hear it.
well, let me turn it down. So while Dex and Spectrion don't fully understand this pain, Mega, you probably will. I decided to immediately put myself through the horror that is shiny hunting the starter. So
Why?
I
No.
heard a little bit about shiny hunting because some of my friends were neaky as hell, but it's not for me. I don't have the patience. Not even close to it.
Hunter, I understand your pain. It's just more the question of like what Mega said. Why?
listen, it is at this point where if I have not fully started the game at this point, and I can just go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and then one time it's going to hit, and it's going to hit like crack.
Mhm.
Okay.
Enjoy those 1 in 8,192 odds.
Yes, those
Cracking.
odds are incredibly low. But one of these times, we're already either prepping for FaceIt or in the podcast, you're gonna hear me suddenly scream out, "Oh my god!"
I can't
don't
wait
know what
for.
it
I
is.
can't wait
Which
for.
one are you shiny hunting?
I'm shining because I'm playing Gen 2 right now, so I'm playing Pokemon Crystal, and you're going to
Oh,
hate
well, that's
this.
easy. Never mind.
It's easier compared to the other ones, yes.
Yeah. You can check all three.
Well, with this specific, the thing with this specifically is you can't check it that easily because the actual photos come through in black and white when you click on the Pokemon, so you can't physically see the
I'm
any
thinking
of the
Heart Gold.
discoloration.
I'm thinking of the
Yeah.
remakes.
Yeah, so I have to physically pick up the Pokemon, talk to Ellen for a moment, and then check and see if it's a shiny in the actual menu. And then if not, reset. So that's what I'm doing for the next about hour and 15 minutes of my life.
You have this podcast.
I feel like I have already contributed plenty to the podcast. I feel like I've reached my quota already, honestly.
Yeah,
As a matter of
honestly,
fact,
this
I
is as
reached my
much as
quota.
Hunter's
You
spoken.
guys got this one. I'll be back later.
Fair enough. We didn't need him anyway, I guess. It's
Honestly,
not my podcast. What's next?
Honestly, if Mega stays here, Spec, I think you and her could get into an argument and we would be fine.
I'm not sure I'm in an arguing mood. I'm too mellow right now, you know? Too chill.
Yeah, we
not
already
saying
went
you're
how
gonna
I'm
start
feeling.
it.
Why would I start it? We went over how I'm feeling. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
It's
Dex
you're
wouldn't start
unfortunately.
because he's so anti-confrontational.
Yeah, so
I
actually no
I
conflict
could be
tonight.
actually like moving to airstrike his house, and he would like at most like mildly protest.
If you airstrike my house, you're probably also killing 20 other people.
That's the cost of war.
Am I playing Modern Warfare 2 right now? What the hell's going on?
Okay, how about this? How about we actually get into what is the normal part of this podcast? Like I already said, Spec, you've done this once before, but I just don't necessarily know if people have been around to see that. Granted, your name has been definitely one of the names that's been brought up the most throughout the entire history of this podcast. And I know you love that every time it happens. I mean, hell, Gedster basically glazed you.
Yeah, of course.
I think
As any reasonable person would. Listen, everybody in esports system, we pick our own name. So if you don't love the sound of it, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know, realistically speaking.
there was a certain point though. It was like, oh god, here's our weekly Spectrion glaze. We weren't even trying. You just ran like it wasn't the three of us bringing it up. It was the guest every time.
I'm just that powerful. I mean, wow, fantastic.
Okay, before I get into the question here, what's the over under on how much longer Hunter's gonna probably just standing off the side here?
I think he's committing to the bit.
I reckon he's back in about 3 minutes.
I have a good time. I have a good starting time. So, Spec, let's get into this. Like I said, you've been on here once before, but you're back here again. What got you into doing esports, and more specifically, what got you into doing esports pro?
So I obviously the old version, or my more detailed explanations on the previous podcast. If people want the super in-depth version, there was that. But basically, I played Overwatch because my dad bought it for me when I was like 13 or 14. Then I watched some Overwatch League. One of my mates was a semi-pro CS player, and some of his games weren't streamed, so I would like cast them to my friends. And then when I was 18 or 19, then I got bored because I had a wrist injury at RSI, and I couldn't play Overwatch. So instead, I just like I got really fucking bored and went on like Broadcast GG and said, oh, I'll cast something. And then I did, and then I kept doing it, and here I am. Yeah.
I mean, it's been brought a couple times on here before, but it feels like there's always been a lot of people who start off just like you, like, hey, was playing. I think you might be really the only person that stopped the playing side to do casting because you were hurt. Normally, a lot of the time it's, yeah, you know, I just stopped liking the game, or in my case, God, I suck. Like, God, I sucked at the game.
I love playing Overwatch. I do, but like, I like being involved with the game more than I enjoy playing the game. I've always felt that my experience, like, I want to see the game played well, and if it's me playing well, then that's fantastic. And if I'm watching somebody else do it, that's equally as fun to me. You know, I'm not a competitive person. I like winning, but I don't really have the drive to push for like rank 1 or anything like that. So I figured casting was more my thing, especially because like when I was young, I always read like dictionaries and shit. So I reckon that's a pretty useful skill to have when all you do is words.
Yeah, let me completely sidebar.
Of
What's
course.
the most random word that you know the definition for?
It's hard to say off the top of your head because, like, if I say something like anti-establishmentarianism, everybody knows what that means because it's just known for being long and weird, you know. So, if you don't know, it's if you're against the disestablishment of the church, which is just stupid. There's a German word which I can't remember off the top of my head. That's like about 50 characters long. That's
2.5
basically because you know how German, German has like compound words, right? If you want to say the key of the ship, you'd say the ship key in one word, and you can use that to create ridiculously long words. That's another example. Can't think of anything else that comes to mind immediately, but I'll shout it out if it comes up later. Yeah.
I can't wait for at some point we're in the middle of a conversation. You just blurt out some German word, and it's like we just go right back to the conversation. It's like, okay, that must have been it.
Yeah.
You best be quick with this.
I'm trying to remember colors now. I took like a year of German, and I don't remember like a lick of it.
It's no colors though.
I was gonna say that, like, I didn't immediately connect that to the German. I thought you just like sat back down and said that you were just trying to remember colors, and I was just like,
I can't remember the colors.
Wait, Connor,
what is this?
What color is your Game Boy you just bought?
Gray.
Oh God, he's colorblind. He has the vision of a dog.
I have a friend.
By the way, that was
colorblind.
about 3 minutes. That was about 3 minutes.
2.5.
So I need a medal. That's almost there.
You see, but you didn't even bet anything on it. You just said that you bet.
Okay. We
How
can
can
bet
you
now if you want.
How can you run people for their money if you don't like actually commit to it?
Well, he can make a bet with me, but he knows there's no way I'm gonna pay it up. I'm not going to Stockholm this year, so I can't. Potentially, if I lost, pay him back there.
I mean, on the context of betting, I really enjoy playing poker, and at one point I was, speaking about starting an Overwatch poker ring. So, if you guys do feel like
Wait, get me in there.
trying your hands at the
Absolutely.
cards,
That's kind of heat.
Yeah.
I'll absolutely tap in on that one night. That
Like
sounds funny.
actual poker, or like, hey, I found this workshop code for poker in Overwatch.
Actual poker.
Yeah, honestly, let's all throw in like 20 quid and just call it a day. Let's go at it.
Exactly.
Why are we talking 20 quid? I don't care if he's fucking British.
Okay. But, no, here's the thing, because this happens to me all the time, and people have said shit about it before as well to me. Like, when you're around Spectrion, like you just naturally lean towards sounding more British and saying British things. Like
Yeah,
he actually just subconsciously like mind melds you and takes over.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I unironically said the word quid.
It's like every time like you with an NA person, we always get dragged to EU. It always happens. That is the power of the region.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that topic later.
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me ask this question: who would actually like of everyone you know? Who do you think could actually have like the best poker face?
This crazy how you're not answering.
This requires a consternation.
Apparently it's him.
Guys, this isn't a question just for Spec.
I
like,
think hippie.
anyone.
I think hippie. That's my guess.
It really could be hippie, honestly, like low key.
I don't think so. I think hippie would have a good hand, and then he would start like quietly laughing to himself.
It's crazy how nobody said me, the person made of pixels. Like I'm kind of offended.
Like if we can't see your face, like it doesn't count.
We would see a sudden movement of the eyes, and that would be the giveaway.
Nah, listen, for poker, I'd turn on the actual webcam. I'd do it. I'm down for that, just because I know I'd steal all your money.
You want to know what I think would actually be the worst?
What?
Just in general. Not this isn't even poker face. Just worst at poker. Just Joker.
Oh yeah, he would.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
He'd hold it together probably until he had a single drink in him, and then it's over.
I feel like Joker's the guy that'll go all in on every hand.
Half a Michelob Ultra down, and he is just saying what he has.
Exactly.
You know, he's like, I've got ace king off, and then he just fucking aggro play into like a 7-7 deuce board and just fucking die. It'd be great.
I don't know what a 7-7 deuce board is, but yeah.
It's a flop.
It's a flop where it's literally just 2 7s and a 2.
Yeah, it's very bad for ace king basically.
Yeah.
Hunter, what? You know this? Have you played poker before for actual money?
What? Occasionally. My uncles and grandpa, like it's like the first like Thursday of every month, they gather at one of their houses and they'll play with like dimes and quarters and nickels and shit. And they've been doing it consistently for the past like 10 years, and I've joined a few times. So I've if you want to say it quote unquote money, then sure.
Oh no, your grandparents are in a fucking illegal gambling ring, dude.
Damn right they are. No, it used to be a trend where my grandfather, instead of like gifts, sometimes you'd be like, just buy me lottery tickets, man. Just buy me lottery tickets. It's like, all right, you got it. To the point where my grandma had to just say, guys, you have to stop.
Here's the helpline. Here's the helpline. Just talk to them for a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this.
And then, like an absolute Chad, my grandfather is. My youngest cousin, graduated high school, and we all got him gifts and reasonable gifts. You think when you give somebody stuff on their graduation, usually it's money, because they need money for school. My grandfather instead gets him about $25 worth of scratch offs in his thing as one of his gifts.
Guys, you have to.
I'm pretty sure he got profit from it too.
You've got to remember. 90% of gamblers quit right before they strike it big.
Exactly.
Keep gambling.
Never stop. Trust me, you can get a second mortgage, guys. Just gotta go to the bank.
Believe it or not, you can actually get a third mortgage as well if you really need to. But you'll win it all back anyway, so it's fine.
Exactly. Just put it all on the Knicks.
Hey, let's just go ask Nick in the CGL server how much they've won every time they fly through Vegas, because for some weird reason, anytime he's there, he direct messages both me and Headrammer the photo that he's in the Las Vegas airport.
Oh my god.
Aura.
Oh god.
More images.
Image chat.
It's just Headrammer posting some boomer meme. Don't worry about it.
Yep. And just so everyone can see it, this is what it is.
To be fair, I've also played. My friends play Counter-Strike in some truly diabolical situations. I can't even lie.
I want to get back into Counter-Strike.
People like the world is ending type shit. Specs like hop on Counter-Strike.
That sounds about right.
I've been at house parties and started playing Counter Strike. I've come home from house parties. It's been like 4 o'clock in the morning. We're all drunk as shit. I've started playing Counter Strike. A lot of times if somebody like gets to another country, I'll be like, "Yo, you can run some games though, yeah."
You brought the laptop, right?
I gotta check what this server's like with its players. I want to dominate them.
One of my mates, because like I mentioned, he's a semi-pro CS player, he's a UK player, and he was in the US for an internship for the last year, and he was just complaining about how fucking terrible all the US players were. He went to this LAN and like won it first try. He's been going Epic LAN every year. He's not got past top 6.
Yeah, in fucking CS, fucking NA people do not play that shit.
Well.
Like he's the GOAT, but he's also playing against literal fucking plumbers. There's nobody good at Counter Strike in NA.
There's Elige.
Okay, buddy.
I can
We're
already
coping.
tell.
We're coping. I get it.
It was a mistake to put that first image in the images for podcast channel because now it's just gonna be filled up with the wildest shit.
Of course.
Okay, but the GIF I put in there, there's a heater GIF, no?
Oh, it's a heater GIF. Yeah.
It's going too fast for me to see what it is.
It's Winston playing.
Oh my god! If we run out of content, then I'll just start spamming my Twitter saved down there. Be terrifying.
Well,
imagine being able to post your Twitter save anywhere.
We'll have content.
Could not be me.
Care to elaborate?
I'm a VTuber.
PS2 Twitter.
Yeah.
There's actually a
It's
third
crazy on
one,
both
but
of
we
them,
don't
let's be realistic.
we don't talk about the third one, but there is a third one.
Am I following your third one thinking it's your second
No.
one?
No, the third one, none of you know. It's not even branded Megalass for a reason. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough. Let's move on.
Account.
Okay. Okay, Spec, you told us what got you in. You told us about gambling. Again, probably a topic we'll get on here in a little bit. A versus EU. But what keeps you coming back to doing casting and stuff?
So I guess the standard is, that people are cool. I do, get along with most people in esports. There are definitely there's a high proportion of cretins. I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's a lot of fucking morons in this industry. There's also a lot of people who are pretty chill. That is pretty nice.
Where do we fall on that spectrum?
True.
You don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Fair enough. I respect that answer.
No, on a real, you're chill. You're G's. But the other reason I love esports as a concept, I love playing games. I love being involved with games. Some of the most fun experiences of my life have been going to like LAN events, like Blast London, the Paris Blast Major, going to Stockholm, obviously. Like anytime I get to just be that like immersed in video games, it's just awesome. And then I'd say the final reason, or not the final reason, this is kind of two reasons in one. But I love to improve at something. I love to try and feel like I'm getting better. And with casting, I got a really great like sense of improvement. It felt like something I was good at. Felt like something I could keep being good at. So that's really helpful. And then kind of linked into that is I feel like I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder, almost like I really want to. I guess prove to myself firstly, but also to everyone else that I can be like really good at this. So I guess that's those are the main reasons.
Those are all good reasons. I feel like for a lot of us, we kind of have those same ones. Wanting to get better, wanting to always edit. I saw my
Real G.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
I saw my fucking Discord thing. It went from red to green really quick. It was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, mine went as well, and it shut down my poker night. I'm so sad.
Stop playing poker.
That game's crazy.
I won the hand. I had a flush, man. You wouldn't know.
Go back to the other gambling you're doing.
I'm still doing it. Don't worry.
Multitasking.
Jesus fuck.
I am, and I'm still actively participating in the conversation. I'm just that good.
He's the go.
I'm that good. I'm sorry to stress you out every single time I'm with you, Dex.
34 episodes in, it's normal.
It's like a broken man.
Yo,
we have broken this man.
Hold on. Speaking of being good at casting, I don't know if we want to necessarily encourage. Well, this isn't encouraging. This is just bringing it up. Did y'all see the hate thread on Twitter that has started for Jaws and Necro?
I did. It came into my Twitch chat today.
Wait,
Like,
for
I
Jaws
do not
and Necra,
understand what happened.
I only saw the one with that Reinforce respond to. What happened with Jaws and Necra?
No,
Oh,
there
shit,
was
the
like,
reinforcement was funny as fuck.
yeah, Reinforce is funny,
yeah,
but
that
like,
one was funny.
there's literally like a whole thread like bashing both Necra and Jaws, like the way they cast and stuff, and it's just like, okay, y'all are on one, go for it.
$10. That's like 3 people from the Rivals community that really hates Overwatch that started that shit.
There's a chance, honestly.
It's a solid shit, but like literally, it's like they're sitting here like, no, they're not casting this right, they're doing this wrong. They're like talking about points from the match. It's like, yeah, that's what a caster does. Like I don't know where it comes from, but it's literally like genuinely people in the streets getting pitchforks level of energy, and it's just like, guys, it's not worth it.
I think because I was asked about it again in the stream, and I'm gonna say that basically the same thing I said here. Like, guys, it's not that deep. And I feel like in the Overwatch community, especially, we are either this is the best thing ever, or like this is the worst thing ever. We have nowhere in between. It's Jove and we're Barack. Never. And so this is just this happening again because nobody in the community knows what a shade of grey is. Like, it's life. It's life.
Or black, or is it white and gold?
No, it was also funny because in that thread, people were like, guys, I need Brennan Sideshow back, and one even like added Sideshow. I'm like, dog, they've been gone 5 years. You need
They're
to move
so
on.
gone.
You need to move on.
You need to get over it. Move on.
Buddy.
You heard about how Sideshow talks about Overwatch in the Overwatch League? Like, he's not coming back.
Buddy, you graduated high school 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Bro,
Put the fries in the bag.
Bros are off having the highlights of their career these last couple of years.
Yeah.
They are not coming back.
It's not even that. It's just like it was 5 fucking years ago. Like, why are you still trying to be like, guys? We need these 2 specifically back. They will save Overwatch esports.
Everything will be fixed.
Guys,
Magically.
Brennan Sideshow coming back will fix my dying marriage. I swear. We just gotta get them on the mic. It'll save everything.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is the type of person, right? Who we need to gaslight into believing Edgar and I are the next Brennan Shire. So because we're both British and both say
I
stupid shit.
know, absolutely
Therefore,
not.
No.
That we will have.
Nah, he's
we will
cooking,
have
he's cooking a little bit.
Edgar's what, a lawyer?
Dude,
Yeah,
he's gonna defend somebody in court someday. Think about that. Just
he's a specialist in family law. Every time he tells me about one of his cases, I'm just gobsmacked that fucking EdgarTheRuiner has to get up and talk in court.
No,
dude, like this fucker goes Your Honor and shit. Like that's crazy to me.
No,
So he went to get pints like a week ago. He was what a criminal.
was he still in like a suit or something?
No, of course he wasn't. He's in a t-shirt. He was talking about his ex. It's great.
Like, I like the only thing I think with family law here is okay, you're on the slippery slope of saying in 5 to 10 years I'm gonna run for senator.
EdgarTheRuiner for president.
EdgarTheRuiner for parliament.
Aura.
That is definitely one of those moments you could say, well, if we go back and look at these internet logs from EdgarTheRuiner from 2015,
It's over.
My parliament member called me an absolute disgusting wanker on Overwatch 15 years ago.
Yeah. To be fair, Edgar's a crazy rager on Overwatch. I dueled with him one time, never again.
Oh my god.
Okay, but back on topic with what keeps coming back. I think the biggest thing that I was trying to get at there before I completely forgot how to use the English language, or I got sidetracked, either one, was about having that chip on your shoulder, essentially. Like, everyone, I think everyone, especially where around the level that we are, really has that chip on their shoulder, thinking that they can keep moving up, keep on going, keep on getting better, keep on moving up. But it's always a thing of like, it's interesting to see, or who that actually kind of pays off for. In some cases, sorry, I just slapped my microphone. And like, especially with how long all 4 of us have been doing, I think we still have like that chip on our shoulder mentality because we are still really grinding this game, especially as other games have came out, games have become very popular. And granted, like we still all cast other games. Beck, you've done a lot of stuff with CS2, especially co-streaming for some. Would you say those are tier 3 teams?
Yeah, tier 3 realistically.
you've done that. I mean, you still cast CS regularly. You're casting CS at Epic Land, right? Or is that something that already happened?
I do sometimes. I haven't been to Epic Land in a little while, but it's always like a door that's open for me if I feel like attending, basically.
Zay just laid on my keyboard and opened up 30 different things.
Oh, classic Zay.
I love you, girl, but just not right now. Yeah, but like, what CS? Like I said, CS is always a fun game. Like I played it a lot in high school. Too bad I spent a lot on it as well.
The trick is when you gamble at Counter-Strike, you have to win, because then it doesn't end up being so bad. Like I've got 2 reds from my CS cases, so I'm still positive.
How much money have you actually spent though?
Consider the monetary value I've got is probably about like £200. I've probably spent about £100, so it's like chilling.
It's reasonable. It's reasonable.
Yeah, cause I got a knife and an AK.
Okay, there you go.
You have a knife. That's a lot better than me.
Well, I had a knife and I sold it because it was ugly, and I was like, I want money. So
what was it?
I had a Hava knife.
But-
See, oh no, I was just gonna say the way that I got out of the Counter-Strike gambling loop is I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna spend some money on this game, and then I got VAC banned, so I just couldn't. Just kind of covered me, so it was great.
That would do it. That would do it.
Do I need to take a guess why you got VAC banned?
Oh, it was cheating.
Oh, okay.
I installed an aimbot. I installed an aimbot. I installed an aimbot, and I walked around public lobby just head tapping everybody, and I would literally type in chat, "Please report me. I want to get banned, but I just want to see what's happening." Like I just wanted to test it out, you know.
That would do it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I absolutely took the ban on the chin, but you know, it was just one of those things. Like, you know, like you gotta try cheating one time. You gotta see what's going on.
Don't tell that to Fortnite players because apparently that ruins careers.
Well, listen,
Like
all I'm
every CS
saying
player
is,
cheated.
all I'm saying is, I was bored as shit the entire time. So people who cheat, I don't know how you do it. I was bored the entire
I genuinely think like most pro CS players have cheated at one point. If you guys ever heard of Cadian, he used to cheat. He said cheating used to helps him learn how to understand rotations and made him a better IGL.
Because he would see the rotation.
Yeah. He's a major winner, so
he's on his own then.
Just remember, the only way you get to the top, everyone, is you have to cheat.
True.
Remember, it's only cheating if you get caught.
That's always true.
Like, I mean, you touched on it a little bit. Having a chip on your shoulder, you still have that there. What does that kind of like mean? I know, like, you kind of did a little explanation on it, but like, what does having that chip on your shoulder, no matter what game it is, what does it kind of mean?
It means that I have to always hold myself to a higher standard than what I'm doing now. It means that I can never like think I'm doing good enough. It means that I want everybody else to not to understand, but to think that I'm worth listening to at the end of the day. And because like especially like in EMEA, I really do get to enjoy a lot of respect from community members, and that's probably the thing that keeps me going also quite a lot. Like people who will just say, oh, it's a Spectrion cast, that makes me actually want to watch it. Like that's what I want.
I think that's as a caster, when it doesn't matter what league it is, what event you're doing, if you ever either you see it in the chat while it's happening, or you go back and watch the stream after and you see like, oh, so and so is casting, or you see Dex or Hunter sees Hunter, Mega sees Mega, it's like, oh wow, they're casting, awesome. Like that is honestly the best feeling in the world at the moment, in my opinion, when it comes to being a caster. Like people who who come into a stream not just want to see the game, and they see someone they really like casting it and they vocalize it. It just makes all of us feel immensely better about what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
People vocalize that they want you casting.
Yeah,
they've been known to. Something that we were probably going to talk about at some point, which I figure I might as well just get to now because it's kind of relevant, was with the FaceIt casting with for playoffs. So obviously I didn't get that. It's very sad. Whatever, it's fucking life. But one thing that I did, end up quite enjoying was that multiple people were like, "Spectrion's not here. That's sad." And to be honest, I think everybody there deserved to be there, absolutely. But the fact that somebody thought we could fit him in, that's enough for me, honestly.
Absolutely. And I mean, me and Hunter were on that same thing. Like, we were talking about that when that whole thing got announced, because like me and him had talked about before, because we were letting know, or we were letting know that me and him were gonna do it. And the only other person that I knew who was doing it, who reached out to us, was Twin Salty, or Jesse, because even though like they had I didn't see any of the names there, he was able to at people in there and saw that me and Hunter were in there. Like, but me and Hunter before that was like, Spec's definitely gonna probably be doing EMEA, because it makes a lot of sense to have someone who's actually in the region do it. But we were trying to figure out like who else is gonna do it. I think we did like pencil in, okay, probably Bullskunk, because he covers a lot.
Of course.
And we were thinking, who
Shout
else
out Jeff.
Still gotta get him on. Still gotta get him on.
One day.
He's such a nice guy.
I'm pissed that every time there's a little break in FaceIt, it's like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to him. Then I forget. Then I forget. Like I tried doing it after between season 4 and season 5, but taxes were due, so he couldn't do it. Then I completely forgot between season 5 and 6.
Just remember, last day of the playoffs is October 5th. So after October 5th, there are no excuses for you.
That's true. But no, I would just say nice things about Bullskunk just in general, dude. He's so nice. Anytime I see we're on the same game, like I don't want to just like split our viewership for English speaking, FaceIt stream. So I'm just like, yo, can I come co-cast with you? And he's absolutely always like, yeah, I would be lovely to have you on. And just absolute G. He needs more love. However much love he gets, he needs more.
That I feel like anytime we talk about Bullskunk, that is the one thing that we always just come to the conclusion of. He needs more love. He needs more recognition for actually putting so much effort into the FaceIt scene in general. Like, yeah, he's gone on the OWCS desk, and that's cool, but he needs some more recognition for what he's actually doing.
I mean, streaming is fucking non-stop. Like, I do one region, and I skip out a bunch if I want to go drinking or something. And I still feel like it takes up half my life. I know you guys probably feel that, to some level. So if I was doing both regions all the time, I couldn't do it. I don't have that much time in my day. And he's also, like, making, supplementary content, making his thumbnails, all that shit. It's long, bro.
Yeah, and I know, like, Hunter right now is starting to do a lot of that as well, because with the streams that me and him do for FaceIt with North America and South America, like, I provide him the scoreboards and stuff. I provided him the logos last week so he could update all of his thumbnails. But like he's starting to learn that whole process as well. But going back to this original thing, like me and Hunter and like everyone else there, from what we saw, was really shocked you weren't there, because me and him thought you were a shoo-in, basically. And it was something where it's like, wow, like I wonder why. Granted, like I think you were in Jamaica the weekend, like, or the couple days before it.
Yeah, I was in Jamaica like the couple days before. It basically would have been, if they wanted me to come, then I would have had to hop off my flight at like 2 a.m., take the first train to Glasgow. I can nap for like 5 hours ish, and then get into the streams, which would have been doable. But it is pretty complicated. So fair enough.
A transatlantic flight. Immediately onto a train.
It would have been kind of heat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
going from 35 degrees into the cold of Scotland. Yeah.
No, but I think this. I really hope this time around that you're able to do, especially with you covering EMEA FaceIt a little bit more now.
Almost like this time, I'd probably be like less like, I guess, fussed about it. Like I took 2 weeks off so I could see my brother, because my brother was in London playing the largest gig in London, basically second largest in the UK, I would say. So I went and saw him. Went to see him for his like 19th birthday. That took a bunch of time out the schedule, and there are like fantastic people like Monteneva, obviously, who's also been putting in a lot of work. So this time I'm kind of less fussed, but obviously I want to cast this. I want your money. Holla at your boy, I beg. Like So yeah.
And again, I think it's just more thing of a they want someone who's actually in the region to be able to cast the region, which again
would also be nice.
yeah, technically OC does live now in the region.
Does
I think she moved. She was talking about that for a long time, that I think she was going to move to. I think. I could be dead wrong. I might be wrong.
There are fates worse than death in this world. Germany's probably one of them.
That makes sense. Yeah.
No, I am kidding. I went on a German exchange there, so I've lived there for a couple of weeks. It's a lovely place, honestly. It's kind of boring, but it's so chill. It's one of the most relaxing places I've visited.
Well, let's get in this conversation a little bit, because I mean we're somewhat related to FaceIt, but not really. Let's get into the conversation of EMEA or EU compared to NA, because I know this is a topic that you love to talk about. At least when we play. When Leg Day was here, he had some, let's just say, some very hot takes on NA in general when it comes to their players. What do you feel? What's your opinion?
So I don't know very much about NA culture. That's what I got to get out there first. What I can tell you is that NA players, in their play, tend to avoid the side fight a lot more. So when I play NA, then I'm like, wow, if I'm Tracer, I can just flank. But if I'm Tracer and I'm flanking, my supports will never heal me. You guys kind of want to play more frontline trading comps. When we look at the good players from NA, the good teams from NA, then it's always been, for example, when American Tornado were good, they didn't really have a Tracer player because they didn't have to side fight really. They wanted to put like Hydron, just like running it down main, speedily mostly play like Echo Genji. It's not a concept. And EU, we play that a lot more. I think it's a very like old idea that EU likes to play Brawl. In Overwatch 2, we have so many more players who have really strong Tracers, Genjis, who can really just like operate on their own. So I think that's like the main difference stylistically. And I obviously you guys have heard me say for, I mean, years now that I think EU is a better region. Now we've seen with EWC, EU get obviously second and third place. I think it's hard to argue that at least at the moment that the top EMEA teams aren't stronger than the top NA teams. And I think a lot of that is actually due to the game's popularity in Saudi Arabia, right? So one thing we often talk about as well in the EMEA scene is like a Saudi hero pool. So on tank, that's like mostly like Ramatra, Malga, Diva. But like this kind of influx of like players who kind of do the same thing quite well, I think really strengthens the region.
I mean, I can't argue with you there. And I mean, I appreciate that you're talking about it in terms of like Overwatch, but I was just talking like in general when it comes to just NA culture to EU culture with gaming.
I mean, EU culture, we're much more business-like, I guess. I think NA people are much more likely to see it as like a fun thing to do, which is why I think, for example, if you watch like a PGE stream, he's always like joking, having fun with like Lenny or like Scissors or whoever, right? Kevster doesn't stream; he just runs it down. Or when you look at any like good EMEA DPS, they don't have fun, but we're much more like business-like when we come into ranked. I think that's the big main difference. And then I think because of that,
4-hour shift of ranked.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And then when it comes to flaming, like as a concept, because that's something we talk about quite a lot more, I think EMEA people are much less like, we don't care as much when there's as much like toxicity going, because if you're with your friends and someone says something really rude to you, you're gonna get offended. I think that's kind of more the NA mindset. Whereas if in EMEA, if you're working your fucking like your like a McDonald's job and someone says a rude word to you, you're like, whatever, I'm getting paid. I don't have to see you again. That kind of mindset instead. So that's, I think, the main cultural difference.
I mean, I think we could. I think I was gonna say I think NA people can really have a good flaming, but at the same time,
the fuck they can't. They record each other.
Yeah, no. At the same time, it goes from playful banter to, oh god, this dude's saying some shit that we can't repeat.
I mean, it's the same with the EMEA as well, but just like people don't care as much. Like as an example that's kind of related, have you ever played Battlefield 1?
Yes.
It's obviously a game about EMEA countries, and so anytime you go in it, there'll be people sniping for their own nation, and then anytime they lose, they will come up with another historical insult about like the person who's killed them, and they say some crazy shit, obviously. But it's just like more of a thing to do that here, so it's less fussed about. Not that it obviously shouldn't be fussed about, rather, but it is less fussed about. Is the simple fact about it.
Yeah, I understand a little bit,
Mm.
but I mean, it always seems really funny, just because, especially leg day, he talked about how like NA players are just the worst when it comes to time and everything, and being on time, and like I can understand that. I can definitely understand that, but I also feel like he's really underselling that there's definitely some EMEA and EU players that will definitely like fudge time here and there.
I mean, of course. So another EMEA like thing is that certain nationalities have like bad reputations when it comes to like who to scrim with, especially. So people from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the community perception, I guess, is that they're going to maybe be a bit late to scrim. Or if you're French, you're more likely to like try and stagger like baby divas and do other quote unquote unsportsmanlike plays. Not necessarily saying that it's true or not, just like that's the perception. And so I think there's a little bit of that in EMEA at the very least.
Yeah, I could see that.
You okay?
I'm
He's
dying.
dying.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
he's dying. It is
get
what
better?
it is. We're old men at this point. Kind of
Mm.
inevitable.
That what
facing our
happens when you get past like
deathbeds.
22.
Yeah.
25.
That's gonna be
Past
me in like a
25.
couple months. Fucked up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now this wait, no, we need to talk about this. It was something I think we brought up a little bit in the first time you were here, but again, I don't know how many people have watched that. Let's talk about your goddamn sleep schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, I sleep pretty bad. I've always been bad at sleeping. Right now I'm kind of going to bed like 4 or 5 a.m. and waking up like 2 p.m. But I've got uni starting in a couple weeks, so I have to make it better. But like I know like I like to joke that it's just bad because I just want to like cast all the time and do NA. But I'm just like bad at sleeping. It's this fucked anyway.
Yeah, no, like, you have insomnia? Like,
Yeah.
like actually do?
I'm not sure it's like if it's like a diagnosed thing, but it's pretty often that I'll just be like lying in bed like 12 hours, like sick. I hope I can sleep, guys.
I don't know if I want to continue this because I wanted to make jokes about it, but if you actually have insomnia, I feel like that just makes me an asshole.
I wouldn't feel bad at least.
Yeah, no, so we need to, like, you kind of talked about there a little bit, like the fact that you're going to bed almost at the time people are waking up in the EU to, do normal stuff. But it's so funny because, like, there'll be so many times where it's a lot of the NA people kind of just sitting in a broadcast thing or sitting in the Kinetic server, just kind of fucking around, not even playing Overwatch. Spec will join in. It'll be about midnight. People are like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about getting off." He'll just ask, "We queuing?"
Yeah, I need duos. I need good duos. I keep losing my games.
I don't think asking people who are half asleep in NA is the right way to go.
I think they should have a coffee and lock the fuck in, pull themselves up by their bootstraps, as so to speak.
As I said, we had a pretty solid stack going yesterday.
We did. Well, it was fun. I'm not sure it was solid.
Listen, you know what that fucking shout out to Mott and Ava. I don't mean to call out names, but seeing the wide match and say gold 4, that shit killed everybody. That shit killed everybody.
I forgot Mott
so
joined.
funny.
I forgot Mott joined.
It was so fun.
Yeah, it also sucks. Like when you're in a group with that many people, it's like, God, I'm tired, but I don't want to leave because I know I'm gonna have fun if I'm here. But it's like I want to go to sleep. So that's why whenever I normally leave those things, it's like I just say bye and leave. Like
Fair
no
enough,
build up to it, because if I build up to it, it's gonna be like, hey, you know what? I can go another 30 minutes and it turns into 3 hours.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. Like even when I play with my EMEA friends, it's like not uncommon. We'll go to like 3 a.m. This is like my IRLs. I should specify, like, not even like esports people, just especially because we're uni students. No one has to be up at 9 a.m. Like, you might as well. If you're having fun, you might as well just keep the fun going, right?
I think my favorite thing with your sleep schedule is, though, at least once a month you will come in saying, "Hey, I'm trying to fix it, guys, so I'm not going to be available." And then 2 days into it, 10:30, 11, Spec will just join and saying, "Hey guys," and everyone will have the same reaction. Why are you awake?
Because like normally what happens is I've got to be awake at like 7 a.m. for one day, so I need to like pre-fire it for a couple of days, so I go back to bed. And then once I don't have that anymore, I'm like, well, what's the point? I don't have to be awake at 7 a.m. Like when I was doing the Soup Cup broadcast, we had to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I just like I've got to sleep properly for this. As soon as Soup's over, sick, back to playing until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, let me ask this, especially with your sleep schedule. You do a surprising amount of North American collegiate stuff, but you also do some North American high school stuff as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, with TEC, it ends up being about like regular EMEA match time anyway, so it's not that bad. It's definitely weird doing so much of my like bits in NA, considering not that I'm disinterested in the region, but I've always considered myself like an EMEA specialist, right? So that's a bit of a weird feeling always. Anytime I'm like dragging NA, I'm like, well, I don't quite know what's happening the same way here, but I'm sure it's all G.
We're gonna indoctrinate you. You're gonna be the fucking you're gonna be NA here in no time.
I have to be, like, legally speaking.
Not legally, but
I'm safe then. I'm safe.
no, you're American.
No,
Fuck
it's
that.
no. It'll be an exchange.
Here's your
of
green
it's
card.
It's gonna be an exchange of citizenship. I'm going over there. I'm getting EU's getting me, and NA is getting you. Type deal.
That's a good trade for NA, but it's not a good trade for me.
No, I'll treat EU right. I'll let them know what's up.
Now, Mega might actually be the most EU-minded person here. She will flame people for no reason.
That is true.
Yeah,
She does get the EU seal of approval.
Genuinely, like I think if I queued EU, I feel like I would be like GM tomorrow because the people there would just get me.
That's okay. I'm not sure that much is true.
You can always
because I have played with you.
Also,
You can-
but see, I would say yeah, but it's more complicated now. You have to have like VPNs and shit because the regular way that you used to do it doesn't work.
Heartbreaking, by the way.
But I also want to say, TEC, those people are ops. I'm fighting them. They are the first and only place that have not allowed the VTuber caster, so
Yeah,
they're
that
ops
was a little
forever
bit
and
crazy
always.
of him. That is a little bit crazy of him.
Don't get it.
Considering like the tier, I
Exactly.
just feel like it's a for fun broadcast at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like obviously it's a company, they have to make money, but I would imagine the players and families of the players, kind of understand that they're not doing Overwatch League 2. So it's my 2 cents on the issue at least.
Yeah, no, they're ops. I'm coming for them.
Now, like my feeling is the players, they understand it, and probably the majority of them are okay with it. I just don't think TEC wants to have to explain to parents what the fuck a VTuber is.
And
And
then
then
to explain, I feel like
I feel like it's like a slippery slope of, okay, there's those really wholesome VTubers, and then there's not.
But it's not like you get introduced to like the unwholesome VTubers because you see like Mega just like running it down,
Yeah,
Unless they decide to follow her and just like check out her tweets, then it's a bit cooked.
but that's why we have the caster Twitter. That's why we
True.
don't even link to that shit. But yeah, no.
Well, your caster Twitter is still.
No, the caster Twitter is fine. Just because I leave it AFK, I don't use
personal. I forget.
Yeah, no, the third
It's still pretty easy to
Twitter is
find.
different Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's all branded as fucking Megalass. So, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to come up with a separate caster name for myself, but that's just too much.
I see. Yeah, it's unfortunate, to be fair.
Yeah, that's fine. I like derailing the conversation and making it about me when it's Spectrion's episode.
That's okay. It happened last time as well. You guys just talked about like Pokemon for like 20 minutes.
The Pokemon's
That was
cool.
great.
It is cool, but I don't know anything about Pokemon. It's supposed to be about me. I want to talk about me.
Spec, I realized while Hunter was going on his rant about having finishing his trilogy about his Game Boys, like, yeah. I was gonna try to start having like it's happening again. I was trying to I really wanted to say like just have a conversation between just me and you and let them two go at it as well.
Oh, we just talk simultaneously. You let the viewers just have their ears exploded.
Yeah,
exactly.
I fuck with it, low key.
Following two conversations at once. Let's see how ADHD people are.
True. That is me incarnate.
All right, but let's actually talk about esports here for a brief moment before we probably spiral out of it again.
Of course.
And I think this is definitely something I know we talked about in the first time you were here because it's just something that everyone in our position kind of really strives for. It's casting at those LAN events, and you've done a couple big ones, especially for the I want to say British college scene. That's what Epic LAN is.
I've done Epic LAN. I've done Insomnia. I actually haven't casted any LANs for the UK Collegiate, but only because UK Collegiate only started having LANs last year, and I couldn't cast that one because I was playing. So, it's not the end of the world either.
We always make the joke, especially with our team now in CGL, that we're gonna have someone playing and casting at the same time. That they're just gonna sub. We're just gonna have someone sub out and then sub into the casting booth.
I've actually done that a couple of times for UK Collegiate. I've started casting, and then we've had like a tech issue or something. I've got to hop in. It's pretty rough, honestly. It kind of sucks.
I think something like that happened once when I was at my college, where like this person that was like my co-caster for 2 games would come in or would only go into play if a specific map was played, and like it was never brought there. But for some reason, this one team we played decided, you know what? We're going to go there. So we had to sub someone in, and the other person barely fucking talked throughout the entire time because they didn't know what to do.
Oh, that's quite funny.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good idea, actually.
Definitely really funny to me. He was trying to keep stuff going and like throw it to them, but they didn't know what the fuck to do.
I'm sure we've all been, with a slightly less comfortable caster. All you can do is just like either help them out as much as possible, and sometimes helping them out is, by not letting them do anything at all.
But I feel like there's a part of us that are like all too nice, are too nice about it, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna let them struggle right now, let them get comfortable, but then it's like sometimes where it's like, wow, I can't let them.
Sometimes you're just not in the mood for it, Sometimes you're just not in the mood.
It's funny that gets mentioned because literally tomorrow I'm working with a caster who used to cast for Rising, but Echo quite literally is just like, this person's awful, I hate them. But I was like, don't worry. Yeah. What?
I know who you're talking about.
Yes. But yeah, basically Echo set it up where she was like, listen, if you really want to work with them, go for it, but I'm never hiring this bitch back. I don't care what the fuck you do. I was like, okay, cool. But it's just one of those things, sometimes people just need to be taught a little bit, and sometimes they need to be hit upside the head with a mallet. It's like a 50-50.
Looney Tunes solution.
Yeah, Looney Tunes solution might fix you, Spec. Who knows? I'm gonna have to try it out.
Maybe. We'd have to get in reach for me to try, though.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna pull up at one of these DreamHack events, not tell anybody. There'll just be hints. There'll just be like cryptid pictures of like the back of y'all's heads. All of a sudden, I'll just vanish.
That would be kind of aura, honestly.
It's one of those things you just don't even know if I'm actually there. If I'm just getting pictures from people, it's great.
Also, very tangentially related, but as a very biased observer, I do think a DreamHack in the UK would change lives. I think he would actually rewrite people's like psyches.
I remember at Stockholm last year, you were like, guys, it's fucking going to London.
Yeah.
The in-game spray is a double-decker bus. Like, that's the most London thing in the world. Like, they're definitely hinting the next one's at London. Wrong, China.
Happens, if listen, you've got to send these guesses out because occasionally you get it wrong. It happens. You know? Like, if you just never take shots, then nobody says anything interesting.
I guess I'm gonna guess that Stage 2 next season is gonna be back at EWC.
Yeah, it will be.
That is a reasonable guess here.
No. Okay, hear me out for the triple header of a century, right? Because we're getting EWC, we have to live with that. Stage 1, put it in Vegas, so we can all pull up, we can gamble.
No.
And then put the final Stage 3 in London. Just put it right down. Like absolutely, just go send it.
I'm so fantastically down with this. This would actually catapult Overwatch esports past League of Legends.
What a statement of all time.
Let me ask this, Spec. If it was in Vegas, would you fly to Vegas?
Absolutely not. You think I got money?
No, but see, you could win the money back. Think about it.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Or
I would contact my best sources.
Or if you don't win it, just beat someone up. They'll
True.
Yeah.
True.
Could just steal
it's
it.
like me sitting outside one of the casinos with like a knife and a mask.
A knife and a mask. This is how you know he's from the UK. Didn't say gun.
Where am I gonna get a gun?
It's America. Find one.
America.
Find one. Okay.
No,
I'll see it. I'll see.
That's literally a thing. It's just find one. You can find one anywhere. Fucking you can go in that grocery store over there and find one.
Diabolical, man.
I live across the street from a Walmart. I could go walk. Probably not purchase a handgun because I think you still have to do a background check. But I could walk there and back in 20 minutes.
I'll keep it in mind. I will.
But like, I think I looked at this realistically and said, okay, if they were gonna do another, if they're gonna keep the grand finals at a DreamHack event, it's logistically only Stockholm and then Atlanta. Those are the only two because those are the final 2 ones of the year, and Atlanta's is the first weekend of November this year, which kind of falls in that area of where they're normally doing it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I do think that's true. It's just like whether they want to keep this DreamHack partnership going. Because remember, for China, for example, that wasn't a DreamHack. Obviously, EWC wasn't. So it's possible, technically. I'm not sure about the specific financials behind it, but I'm never gonna stop coping.
Now, here's the thing: if there was an Overwatch plan in, let's say London, let's go somewhere in France, somewhere in
Paris. You think there's other cities in France?
Beyond?
Probably not.
Never heard of it before.
Fuck it. Let's put it in Esperanza. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's just go there because that was at least fun when the last Owl Grand Finals was in Toronto, so we could make fun of the map.
Let's make fun of the Toronto Defiant being perfectly average as always.
And you have to keep something up.
Didn't the org just get kicked out of VCT?
Did they?
Yeah.
Did Ultra get kicked out?
No, Ultra aren't in VCT, but it's owned by Movistar Koi, which did get kicked out.
Yeah, I haven't followed them since they fucking left Overwatch.
I just saw it happen because it's really goofy whenever anyone gets kicked out of VCT. Like, you have to be really shit for it. Like, Bleed got kicked out because they were hadn't paid anybody for months. So now there's the theories about why Movistar aren't in anymore.
Probably the same thing. That's unfortunate.
Well, normally, yeah. But it was specified that Movistar is still allowed to compete in League of Legends and other esports. So it's just a purely VCT contractual thing, probably.
They're not paying their Valorant players because fuck that game. League is where the money's at, if there is any.
To be fair, I can't play Valorant. I get too tilted. The game doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, that's not my style.
I can play and cast Overwatch and Counter-Strike to a pretty functional level. I can play and cast Valorant. I just don't enjoy it. It's not fun.
To me, whenever I play it, it plays like a game that wants to play fast but forces you to play slow. And I don't like that.
They'll just haven't discovered the joy of muting your teammates and running it the fuck down on Duelist.
That one, I mean, fuck. The last time I played it, like I've trained, I think it was Raze, whoever the fuck actually has the sprint ability in the game.
Neon.
Yeah, Neon. My bad. Yeah, that's what I would do, Mega. I would buy a Bucky, run it down main, and somehow find a kill every round.
Yeah, no, like here's the thing. Like I understand where y'all are coming from but for me, like I've just kind of like gotten into Valorant casting purely because one, I'm like, okay, I kind of have to expand the game repertoire, but two, like looking at all the other games on the market, like you have your Counter-Strikes and stuff like that. I'm just like Valorant, it just agrees with my brain. It like it's just the same nodes as Overwatch in a way because I can just view it in the same sort of light where it's like, oh, you just have to plan. Here's your plan, here's your coordination, here's the old tracking, shit like that. Uh, I don't know. It just kind of registers the same brain node, so I'm able to do it.
Yeah, I just get annoyed there's no like or not no, but the game doesn't have much like interim map control to take. So like either you can attack the site or you can't. It's very binary in my opinion. Whereas CS is much like the maps aren't necessarily larger, but they have a lot more space in between the bomb sites and spawns. So it feels like there's more stuff you can do in mid rounds. Which is I know Niki of me, but what can I say? I was a CS player for a while.
I like CS is one of those games that even if you don't like shooters, I think everyone, especially if you just like esports, you should at least give CS a try, at least for a little bit. Like, don't just play it once and put it down. Like, no, force yourself to play it for 2 months. Get yelled at in ranked.
I genuinely think CS is like the best esports, at least the one that I've experienced. I think it's better than Overwatch, better than fucking Valorant. I think it's so pure in what it does. Every time I follow the scene, I have a blast. Every time I play the game, I have a blast. It just ends up at the end of the day, I find Overwatch more fun, which is probably why I do so much Overwatch. But CS is like hearing like the French crowd chant for Vitality when I was at the Blast Major was crazy. They're so loud. It's like it was probably one of the loudest things I've ever heard. And I think CS is a kind of a special game to inspire that in people.
Oh, absolutely. But like speaking of the French crowds, like that is why I kind of want to see Overwatch land France, just because of I forget what it is, but they have like they built their own like esports venue. They have their own fan base called the Blue Wall.
I know this one, Gentlemates.
Gentlemates? I thought it was some other one.
I can triple check. I think it is.
It's such a shame that if it were ever hosted, though, Team Peps would get nowhere near that event.
That would be the one time they lock in and just say, "Fuck it, we're paying a shit ton for players, so we can be at this one LAN."
No, but the whole thing is that they have only French players, and there's not a single French player still good at Overwatch.
You could probably make a functional team. Let's see.
Really? The Team Peps have tried.
They will keep trying.
Listen, if I say my thoughts on Peps, I get in big trouble, so I won't be too mean.
You think any French person's gonna watch this?
I don't know. They get around.
I mean, you can check analytics for country-specific stuff.
Dip's okay. Zarion's not terrible. Pack is good, actually. Or Pack would be good if he didn't roll up to fucking flag support for no reason. There's a team to be made if you have a couple non-French players, but you can't have a full French roster that's actually like good.
All right, Overwatch World Cup. Do you think?
Yeah,
coming back. Not in the way we wanted it, but it's coming back.
It's gonna be a thing.
Okay, but moving on from this, Spec, I want to talk to you I want you to briefly talk about just the UK Overwatch scene. Because it seems like it seems like you're at least acquaintances with a lot of the big like personalities of that scene, and I think there's some of the funner personalities in the Overwatch scene.
Yeah. I think it's the UK mindset specifically of everything is shit. Let's laugh about it, which I think is a very like UK cultural thing. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any like UK comedies like Monty Python or like what's
Yeah,
his
of
face,
course.
Blackadder. They're always just about, well, everybody's kind of stupid. Ah, well, you know. Whereas it feels like comedies can be a little bit more like hopeful in general, and so I feel like that mindset just like translates really well to just like insane Twitter posting. Like obviously Horrocks is like a really funny guy. Like a lot of these people always go to like the same lands. You get a chance to meet them all, and then because everyone is also just mates with each other, it just like snowballs really quickly. It's the same with the uni scene. Like so many people were like who are like relatively large and like acquainted with it, and because everybody is like in this like melting pot, I guess, then they just all just try and come up with like the goofiest jokes possible. So it just ends up there's always just some silly shit happening, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think right now, the one of the best personalities, or just best accounts in Overwatch. I'm pretty sure they're at least British.
No, yeah, he's Scottish.
Hot Noodle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny seeing that. It's so funny seeing Hot Noodle post and people actually believe it because it's basically just NBA Centel,
Yeah.
like, but in Overwatch and Marvel Rivals form, and it's just so funny to see him just bait both these communities.
It's so funny for me, especially because I was like friends with him like before he started posting on Twitter. Because he's quite a quiet guy. Is Pot Noodle? He just like play like Orisa in my scrims or Torbjorn and just run it down and just like ruin my day. But when he gets on Twitter, he just becomes a different person. He comes to some really funny stuff always. Oh, he's a good guy. He needs to get out more.
There's times where he's actually posting where it, especially because it's like a parody account. It seems like there's times when they're actually posting about stuff that's like, oh yeah, no, this is him being actually serious, but people,
It's really hard to tell.
People don't know. It's like the whole thing with him either playing ranked or him trying to like do his final paper or whatever it is. It's
are
you being serious?
No, he was actually doing his diss.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he did okay though, so he's not too mad. Actually, another like interesting thing I guess is that Connor McLeod, the Hazard voice actor, he's a G as well because he also lives in Glasgow alongside me, Pot Noodle, Geo, a couple others, right? And I think I mentioned to you guys before. I'm not sure if I mentioned in public before, but like I just like met him on the train one time, and he's also just like a really nice guy. We were chilling for like an hour, maybe two, talking about the game. So it's weird how many people are in the UK and just related to Overwatch that you just like bump into real life, or at least in my life, at least.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that just we pulled it up before. Just my favorite tweet from him was just, I've played Overwatch for a couple hours today, and I realized that it is my support's fault. Like that's
it's true. It's true. It's so true.
Like it was just the best shit ever.
I want to try to pull that up, but I know he posts so much that it's not I'm not gonna be able to find it.
I've got a tweet bookmarked of Juby saying the same thing if you need that.
Who gives a fuck? It's Juby.
Yeah,
because it's funny as fuck.
My favorite thing is like he tweeted out one day saying, "You know what? Clash is my favorite mode." And I
know he keeps saying that. He keeps saying that. He's like tripled down.
Yeah, and I that's exactly what I did with fucking 2CP. That like when everyone started saying they fucking hate it, like, you know what? I fucking love it. I respond back to him like, buddy, I'd like 2CP and this mode still sucks. Like, understand the layers to it. I don't know.
You don't gotta force yourself, man. You don't have to be different. You don't just have to say that.
But like one thing that a lot of people do talk about with Connor, especially, is like a lot of the recent additions or a lot of the recent heroes to the game, their voice actors are very active, like talking with people about Overwatch, which is really fun. So it's really nice to see that.
I mean, like with the release voice actors, they were very much like established talent. I think like Matt Mercer for Cassidy, like he has a fan base of himself. Oh. But I think for the newer talent like Valerio and Connor, they're obviously fantastic actors, but they're at the beginnings of their career rather than midway through. So it's they see it as like a springboard to launch it off of, and I think that's very reasonable as well. And it's a kind of a way I do enjoy more, especially for like the casual fan base. Like having people they can interact with to feel connected to the game is a really nice thing to have.
Yeah, no, it really is, and like I said, it's probably one of the main reasons why I really like Connor is like he talks to people about the game, like which is really awesome. And, like all the other voice actors will talk to people about the game, but it's like he's made it his like everyday thing. He's always retweeting fan art. He's always like I bet you if someone said, "Hey, I made a shirt with Hazard on it," he would probably end up buying it.
Oh, he would be there for sure. I think another voice actor I want to shout out though is Matilda Smedius, the Brigitte voice actor. She's
Invested
also
in
absolutely
EXO.
lovely. Yeah, I was gonna say co-owner of EXO.
Why did she didn't hit me up to be the VTuber for EXO? We'll never know, but you know.
Hey, you could talk to user
I'm not sure
intel
she's-
about that. That was all his idea.
Yeah, I'm sure it could be sorted if EXO decides to come back. Unfortunately, they're in a rough patch right now.
Plus, didn't they lose Hypnos? Went on to go.
They
do
didn't lose Hypnos, but Alex Yoshi just asked the branding, and they were like, "We're not using it right now, so you can have it." Essentially, and the Hypnos team right now, obviously, is doing really well. I'm personally biased as fuck because it's got Horrocks, who's Horrocks, Envy, who goes to the same uni, we're mates, and like a bunch of other players who are also really entertaining and really great watching. So I'm always rooting for them. Probably my favorite, or rooting for them rather. Probably my favorite FaceIt EMEA team, just in terms of like personalities.
Thank you for finding this tweet.
See, but why root for them when he could root for Violet fucking Ajaxing in the EMEA?
Violet's always gonna Violet's always gonna Ajax. It happens. I don't need to root for it. B, he's in OWCS, so
Oh
I
yeah,
just find
they are
Masters.
technically up top. You're right.
There's like a real chance they relegate Peps, which I'm very in favor of. Especially because all the players I like, some Peps have left, like Tread.
I was gonna say, is Soon still playing on that roster?
He's still rostered.
On the roster.
He like
Okay, but-
shouldn't play. He's terrible. I'm willing to flame Soon forever. When he was like getting back into the game at the beginning of the year, every single player I spoke to would had him on the avoid list because apparently he's just terrible at the game right now. He plays like Tracer and runs it down. The only thing I did hear that was good about Soon is that apparently in Team's Pep scrims at the beginning of the year, he was like widow gapping what's his face? Zodiel. But I haven't heard anything about it since, so it might have just been people lying for content.
Fake in the scrim books. Interesting.
You brought up another name of someone who I really want to get on this podcast, but I know they have a normal sleep schedule and it's always rough, and that's Geo.
Yep.
I want to get Geo on so much. That dude might honestly be one of the nicest people.
He's so nice.
I've never
so
heard him be
nice.
angry.
He's too pure. For
Oh, I've
this
heard him
one.
be angry for sure, but like, it doesn't happen very often, and it's not like an aggressive anger as well. You know, it's just like frustration. So, no, Gio is lovely. You could probably get him on. It just requires some finagling in terms of the time because he's up relatively late for an employed person. So there's probably a middle ground you guys can find, and I will pray for this to happen.
Yeah, like we really want Geo to come on. I'll say that like from the start, Geo was one of the first people I really wanted to come on, but it's always difficult for me to reach out to people in the UK or the EU in general because like, hey, yeah, do you want to come on and do this podcast at midnight or 1 a.m.?
Yeah.
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 Trying to think what's the next thing here to really touch on.
You ask Hunter and Mega if they have any questions.
Not
Hunter's
yet.
actually been quiet for a
That's-
long.
You don't.
We're getting to that point here soon. Unless they have a question that's
Wow.
different than their normal ones.
Yeah, I do. I do. And this has come up sporadically throughout the entirety of this podcast. But I feel the need to address it because we had this conversation yesterday, briefly actually. But more specifically, Spectrion, why do you hate the French?
So are you aware of the concept of the 100 Years' War?
Not in detail, no.
So it was a conflict between the UK and France for 100 years, essentially. Well, it was more like multiple smaller conflicts over a 100-year period. But basically, what I'm getting at is that all British people do have a genetic hatred of the French. It just happens.
100 years, they had nothing better to do but fight each other. Think about that.
Yeah, that is
tried
true.
eating, like,
Y'all
British
spent
food,
an
like-
entire 100 years fighting the French. That's crazy.
Yeah. Listen, guys, British food isn't
It's
good.
awful.
I'm gonna go out that way to say it. Now, the food you will get in Britain is quite good.
Because it's French
But-
food.
It's not French food. It's like the great thing about London, especially, is that it's so multicultural. So you can get great food from all across the world. However, if I try and have like a cottage pie, I will fall asleep.
That's why you get a shepherd's pie.
This is why you need to come to just. This is why you need to come to the U.S. just one time, so we can bring you to all the garbage places that we have.
Yeah, I'm taking his ass straight to rallies so he can hate that food forever.
No, we're gonna bring him to a fucking cookout.
Oh,
Okay, but cookout is good food.
Yeah,
It's
a
good food and
genuine
cheap.
American barbecue.
No, not that kind of cookout, Hunter. The fast food place
Oh,
cookout.
oh man, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, we're going to cookout.
I thought you meant like a genuine cookout. It's like, all right, let's fucking go. Let's pull up.
Okay, let's bring him to the nearest Buc-ee's.
I
Jeez.
don't know what these things are.
Okay,
Buc-ee's is a
Well,
gas
wait.
station.
Yeah.
it's a gas station that also serves brisket on the loads.
Wild. The things you people invent.
Listen, when you're the #1 country in the world, this is what you get to do with your overabundance. But one thing I will say is if we were to ever do a cookout, it wouldn't really work because I'm gonna be real, there's far too many like the stereotypical white men who'd want to be the grill master. Like there's too many of you fuckers.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Like you'd have like 19 people at the grill. Like shit would never get.
no,
That's fine.
That is
That's
true.
great.
Now there's three
Amazing.
people who I would say should do it. Actually four. Headrammer, just because Headrammer.
Yep.
I would probably say Chef Billy, because actually
Yeah, of course,
Fucking
in the name and everything.
he is a fucking chef.
Hmm
Big Sam.
He's a food lover. That is true.
He fucking like every day he posts what he fucking makes in the CGO staff server.
It does look pretty good.
Like fuck it. Give him the spatula, give him the tongs. I trust whatever that man will make because it seems like a lot
That's
of
true,
shit he
that's
makes is a lot better than what I can make.
You said 4 people.
Hunter,
Yeah,
what do
who's the
you?
fourth?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Uh,
Go on. Go ahead. Think about it.
not you, Hunter.
It should be me.
Like immediately, my mind went to Ray.
Yeah, I think the fourth one was gonna be
Ooh.
Ray. Yeah, Ray.
I feel like Ray's the one person that'll look over the reel and say, "Yep, those are looking good."
You would say that, to be fair.
Who would have the stereotypical kiss the chef apron?
Headrammer,
the goat.
1,000.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
probably
head-
Wow,
Okay,
realistic,
but I'm here to
right?
tell you, all of those people listed, including the two of you, would have the cargo shorts on. 1,000%.
No,
You know how many?
No,
I own them. I'm looking at cargo shirts right now.
no,
It's
no,
beautiful.
no. I can't do
That's-
cargo short.
Dex,
I love-
you're
I
fighting
love
the inevitable,
'em.
buddy. Your destiny is calling.
I love them.
Mega, you keep those words out of your goddamn mouth.
But again, this is all just like that's the other thing. Americans, we show up, we're like, yeah, let's have a cookout where we just cook an exorbitant amount of meat, and we're all just like,
Yes.
yep, everything's great. And this is again just the overabundance of food that you could experience in America.
The problem is in the UK is that all adult socialization has been the market has been cornered. It's all pubs. It's pubs all the way down.
There's
You
a
want
lot
food,
of
you go
those
to the
here.
pub. They got pub food. You think you've seen a lot of pubs? You haven't seen a lot of pubs.
Buddy,
you
we
want
can
drink?
fit,
You
like,
go to a pub.
15 of your countries in our country. I promise you, we have more.
And, yeah, but it's like a density thing, you know.
Go to
It's
any
not about whether you have them or not.
go to any SEC school and you will find bar on top of bar on top of bar on top of bar.
But a bar's
No,
not a
not
pub.
bar,
No. Bar's not a pub. Very different thing.
Talking about getting a drink.
No, I'm
Yes,
talking
but
about
it's-
pub.
Okay, so Dex, I know what you were saying,
Yeah.
but in America we do have pubs as well as bars, but like a pub is different from a bar. Like
Okay, let's see.
similar in essence, sure, but like a It's one of those things where it's like a bar is a house, but a pub is a home. You know what I mean? Like there's love put into the pub. Granted, that love is normally like some really old bartender who's really tired and sick of this shit, but like the love is there.
Yeah, that's about right. So I'm trying to tell. So there are 11,617 pubs in 50 states and territories across the United States, and 46,000 pubs in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, but how many of them are actually good enough to be warranted called a pub in the UK? Let's think about it for a second.
Reasonable.
I don't know. I know if Spec comes over here, he'll like the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy the red 40. He'll gain 10 pounds. Fucking twig.
Probably will.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I feel like I should start going to the gym. I don't think you guys know, but all my channel point rewards on my Twitch channel are all just like exercises for me.
I know.
So,
I know.
so
Whenever I show up, I immediately.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I immediately just like, oh yeah, redeem 10 push-ups, 10 squats.
Yeah, yeah. I think I had one day where I got like 40 push-ups. I was like, guys, I'm breaking these up. I know I'm not fit, and I'm not doing 40. I think today it was 5 push-ups, 10 burpees. It wasn't so bad.
You just need to do what I do. Anytime you play ranked and you lose, just 10 push-ups.
I never lose. I think I'm Masters 2 in support right now.
I can fucking pull up my last top games because I played with you.
Yeah.
And we won 1 game out of the 5 we played.
I was gonna say, I want to fucking topple his high horse here. He's like, oh, I'm Masters 2 right now. Motherfucker got 48% off of a fucking wide group win yesterday. Like, actually, the ranked system is broken. They're gonna hand fucking GM to anybody, I swear to God.
Listen, when I get GM, they are legally obligated to fix the rank system. Because
when I get it.
I glaze myself.
Yes,
I don't glaze myself enough to think I should actually be in GM. Like last time I hit it was like peak rank inflation. I'm not. It's gonna be cooked if I get there again.
But make sure it's only after you hit GM, right? That way you kick the ladder out from under you. That way nobody else can get up.
Good thinking. Honestly.
If I'm ever hitting Diamond 1, you know there's something wrong in the game.
No, you could hit Diamond 1, I believe it.
I mean, I'm Diamond 5 in almost everything, basically.
He could hit Diamond 1 if he looked in.
Yeah, I just don't play ranked at all.
He doesn't look in. That would do it.
Here, before we get off to the other random topics that we're gonna probably get on here towards the end of the podcast, let me ask you this: what's like the next big thing you want in esports? Like, what is that? Like, it could be a far out goal. It could be a very near to you goal. Like, what's the next thing you really want to do?
So I've been working very off on a project, making like a semi-comprehensive like quick start casting guide. Which I'll post when I feel like it. But I do have crippling ADHD and autism, so I don't actually do things when I want to. So it'll happen whenever. But then there's just the obvious answer of I want to cast FaceIt playoffs because what the fuck else do I do with my time? Is there anything else? Yeah, bringing Insomnia back to the UK. If it's good, I want to work that. Yeah, that's kind of what I can think of, you know?
That was some faces you made right there.
It's such a thing. That's a beach ball, bro.
I think. I mean, like the casting thing is really interesting because you always have all these new people who come in to it and they struggle. But granted, everyone did. We probably all struggled coming out of the gate.
Oh,
and
yeah,
having something to really help you out rather than just trying to base how you cast it or judge how you cast it. I'll always say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna judge brand new person. I'm gonna judge my casting based off how the number one caster or the professional scene casters are doing. Probably the worst thing you could do. You can take inspiration, but don't compare yourself.
Copy him.
Yeah.
As well, like I don't know. For me, it's mostly like giving you like the necessary info. So like, where do you probably want to go to cast? Who are the people you should reach out to? How often should you like be VOD reviewing? Should you like watch your like just yourself? Like who all this kind of thing. Because I feel like it's kind of hard to ask people for help a lot of times. So I thought it'd be easier if there's just like a video with all the information in there. And also because, I have opinions that I want to share about how I think good casting ends up happening. So as an example, I'm generally in favor of people just spamming like as many random unpaid shit as they can in terms of practice, rather than actually like using like clean feeds. Because I always say with like a random gig, if there's tech issues, you have to work with it. You have to actually like work with your producer. Whereas with a clean feed, it happens for you. And I think all that makes it just much better practice. As an example.
Absolutely, Mega. Me and you can attest to last night that we had a little bit of a scuffed production.
Fuck me sideways. Fucking like
Nothing,
it happens.
nothing against
Tech
SOAB.
issues happen.
Nothing against
Nothing
SOAB.
Doug, we're trying to watch a match and we're literally losing the feed every 20 seconds. Like, how the fuck how do you cast or give any sort of narrative? And what's crazy is there was a crazy comeback happening in the middle of all of this
crazy
cutting
hold.
out.
Crazy hold.
Well, yeah, it didn't become a full-fledged comeback because they lost an OT. But it was like a crazy hold, which granted, it was fucking plat. Which, by the way, listen, I mean this in the nicest way possible. I'm gonna tell Ray to not put me on any more plat games. I can't do it. My fucking eyeballs were hurting watching that shit.
If you're a new caster, cast plat. Cast as low as you can get.
It's
Have
the hardest, but it
shit.
doesn't. It teaches you some skills and doesn't teach you other skills.
Yeah.
You know, because like I think in general it's harder to cast like low tier because shit just happens. They play.
Yeah, they're fighting constantly.
Told them to. You know, but also like when you cast like high tier games, like plat doesn't teach you the skills to actually talk about what's happening because you don't have the idea in your head that people plan things and have ideas. So cast everything, and then once you make it, then you can wash your hands of plat games forever.
Here, wait. Follow-up question, just because I want to know where you consider where is the you made it point? Like, where is that for you?
Casting.
Yeah, for casting. Yeah, for casting. Like
you're doing it like as a job.
Well,
probably.
Like, yeah, I mean that is that is
in that context where I feel like you're free of casting plat games. Then yeah, yeah. I think just in general, like if you could do casting full time, then you've made it. If not, then like either you're on the come up or you're happy where you are. But I feel like saying you've made it is specifically it's your life now. You know.
Yeah, but I was more thinking for like the point where you've been doing it for let's just say like half a year. I would say like that you made it thing is like when someone within like the production team like recommends that like hey get them in on this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If somebody else is shouting you out, then you're probably doing something right. If multiple people shout you out, you're definitely doing something right. Before that, then you kind of got to get your name out there. Like if this is another thing I was gonna write in my video. I feel like a lot of the reason I have found whatever success I have in EMEA especially is because I really try to like reach out to most of the players, and so like they at least know my name. They know they can reach out to me if they want to. Like having that sort of like name recognition, I feel like it's like so important when you're kind of our level and you're like sort of you're on the borderline, right? You're on the precipice. I feel like it really helps getting there and maybe getting slightly past.
Yeah, no, and I have to agree with you right there. That's one thing me and Hunter really try to do this FaceIt season is reaching out to captains or just players in any team just to ask them a couple questions. I feel like that adds a lot to it. Like I did that in Tranquility, did that in SPCS. I did that when we were doing Friday or Saturday night Overwatch. I would reach out to players, but at the same time, so was everyone else that was part of that production, which made it really, really fun.
It was. I mean, I got to enjoy doing desk work so much because it just like suits most of my skills so well. It was very fun. Hope we get to do that again. But
flame
also,
people, which was fun, and have an extended period to do it, not be broken up by fights.
I've got the time to say what I want. It was so blast. What was I gonna say though? But yeah, also in terms of like the talking to people, like I just like to hang out in player voice chats and just like see what they get up to because like that like understanding of player culture, I think is super useful. Like in terms of what in jokes are around, like how you can work them into your casting. It's definitely tailoring your broadcast to a very specific demographic, but I think it really hits that demographic strong.
Absolutely. And like I said, I feel like it gives the players a little bit more comfort whenever you're casting them, saying like, hey, they're not this person's not going to throw us under the bus or necessarily rip on us for a bad play. It's just going to be a little inside joke and then a move on type of thing.
Yeah.
Hunter, you look like you're angrily staring at the window.
He's had bad balls.
Nah, I can never be mad at Winston. Winston's been here for me more than most people in my life, so at this point, I can't really. I can't get mad at Winston. You just can't.
Sexy fucking face.
What's wrong with Dex? I wasn't even looking at Dex's face, man. I gotta put my
Like someone
back
force fed him lemons. Christ, that was funny.
Great.
Here's the thing. I know throughout this podcast, Mega cringes at a lot of stuff, but we will never see.
You don't know what I do.
Yeah,
I am.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting
at. I don't know if I want to know.
Listen. No, that's an unrelated story I'll bring up after. But truth be told, I don't like if I were to like cringe or make faces, like y'all would see it to a degree. Like this face tracking is pretty solid. It's not, it's not awful.
But I think we're getting down towards the end here. Oh, Hunter, Mega, one. You guys want to?
I always go first. Hunter, you go first.
Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, I didn't start doing this question when you were around Spec. In fact, this is still somewhat new, but it's found mixed responses so far. So we'll go ahead with you. Essentially, throughout growing up, we all have different gamer tags, battle tags, whatever you want to call them, throughout our life. It's not always been the same, but what we have right now seems to be what we have stuck with for a while. It's probably going to be with us for the rest of our careers. So the question, of course, becomes, where specifically does Spectrion come from?
So I had a lot of battle tags. I had a lot of names growing up, and they're all shite, realistically. Because I kept looking for something that would work. I think the best I had before this was Hidden, which is still obviously cringe and very standard. And
was it Hidden with a 1 instead of an I?
No, I've never been elite. I've never been that bad. I gotta put my foot down here. But no, so I was cycling through a bunch of stuff, and one of them was I can't remember what expert it was. It like Ghost in, and so but it wasn't the full name. Someone just called me Ghost for like a match at PUBG or some shit. I was like, that goes hard. It can't just be that, because again, I have this idea where I was like, my name has to be unique. There can be no one else with this name. And so I was like, what else is a ghost? A specter? I've been reading Lord of the Rings, and so every ending is like, I don't know. I can't think of a relevant character. In fantasy, you got lots of like Eon endings and shit like that. So I just kind of put them together. I was like, boom, it works. And now I've just had it for so long that I'm cringe and free, So that's where Spectrion came from.
Also,
I'm so free. Exactly.
I feel like having a name that anyone can easily shorten down is so good. Like, that's
basically. You make glasses jokes about me now, though, so you take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You beach balled on that one.
Here's the thing. I never it's been brought up. I never necessarily had any of those other nicknames or gamer tags. Like up until I had Dexatron, I was using my brother's Xbox Live account, so it was his gamer tag. But his gamer tag was just boring because it was the first initial and then the first 3 letters of our last name. That was it. It was
pretty boring, to be fair.
Yeah. But because the first 3 letters of my last name is Jed, everyone would think, "Oh, Star Wars, right?"
See.
There have been a couple of cringe names within my early. Well, I wouldn't call my early career. Luckily, when I started doing casting, I was pretty much already settled in doing Huntertain. But the cringes went back on my RuneScape account. Back when RuneScape was RuneScape, not old school RuneScape, back when it was just still what it was. I had an account that was named, and I shit you not, and I hate that this is what Hunter ever chose. The account name was called Midnight Slayer.
We ought to come from
some
fucking
that's legit Full on edgelord.
How old were you when you made that?
About 12, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 12-year-olds.
Yeah, I wasn't like an
games.
adult. Okay.
Yeah, if you were like 17, you and I would have to have a conversation.
Yeah, that I would have to just give up on this whole thing.
See, yeah, I don't know. I can't relate to the edgelord situation purely because like my username growing up was literally I had this guy 7634. And then after that was literally I think straight into like that was into Megalad, which became Megalass.
Invokified.
Let's see how long it takes to notice this here. But Mega, go ahead.
Yeah, can notice here, that's funny. Yeah, Spec, you know me. I love to spew hate and vitriol, is what I like to say. But yeah, I don't think you can ever top the leg day rant though. I feel like nobody can. That man went off and I appreciate him for it. But so just one thing working through esports, whether it be players, whether it be one single interaction, whatever it is, what is something that has absolutely grinded your gears?
Probably people with egos, which I know is very like hypocritical because obviously I'm Mr. like huge egotistical, whatever. But I always feel like with me, it's kind of counterbalanced by the fact I just say things that are just like stupid. Like I'll be like, I'm literally the best player known to man, and it's like, well, you know, it's objectively not true. But I feel like people with like undeserved egos are the one thing that really tilts me. Where like they're just saying like something that isn't necessarily true. They're saying, oh, I'll just be like an OWCS player if X and X didn't happen. Like that kind of like cope just pisses me off. There's a certain player who I'm not going to mention. However, has been known to say some things. Who's in the uni scene.
You can mention. No, they're not going to watch this.
No, they actually might. So I'm not going to mention. However, chill. It's not deep. I swear to God, it's really not that deep. Or the other thing is where you're like with like a new caster, and you're like, okay, whatever, I'll just do my shit. And they're like, listen, you gotta change this. It's I've been casting for so long. I guarantee you, I know. I'm not saying I'm crazy, but I promise I know what I'm doing. Like, anyway, it's my rants.
Fair and valid rant. We love to hear it.
The UK scene. I know this is something we talked about a lot the first time you were here, and this is probably the only time that we're gonna mention it here. But the UK uni scene and socks is just so fucking funny. Like honestly, the NA collegiate scene. Fuck it, we need to have some leagues where it's like, oh yeah, you're playing for a bag of fucking chips. To get all the players hyped up for that. The socks last longer.
I think that the main problem with collegiate is that there's two problems, actually. One, there's no like funny consolation prizes. You need funny consolation prizes. You need to give people like shit that doesn't matter. Very important.
A trip to Dallas, Texas.
You need funny people, you know. And unfortunately, because you don't have the top-down whimsy, you don't get any whimsy, you know. Like obviously, I've shown you guys all like the Newell TMZ icebergs and the fucking Nev posts of the world, and it's just like nobody knows what's up in their mind, like in a good way, you know, because nobody like starts doing that for collegiate, and because it's like so like I'm not saying it's decentralized, but I feel like people keep kind of within their teams a lot more than they do here, so it ends up you don't have a chance for the community in jokes to really build. So get in there, centralize. Get some fucking clown motherfucker to start saying insane shit on Twitter.com. It will be. I'm not sure if worth it is true, but it'd be good content at least.
It definitely would be, but I like the esports scene here, or at least the collegiate esports scene in America, is definitely one where it's like, okay, we're trying to make this a very legitimate thing. And like people we've had on the past, like again, Twin Salty and Two Triad Ray, they're now part of like the unofficial official Overwatch ranking communities, collegiate community or association. Why do I keep on saying? So it's like they're trying to legitimize it more, but no, I'm absolutely with you. There needs to be some prizes that are just. It's more about the story than anything else.
Like, I got a badge for coming top 4 in NXT New. I got some socks. I got a bottle opener. Just like low-key meaningless shit. It reminds you of a cool thing you did, and you get to have a joke with your friends after, you know? Like, when we did have our collegiate LAN, no one really cared about the match. We were just there, so we played our match. In fact, we were at the pub the night before, we had the pub the night of. The pub the night after. We were just there to hang out with our mates. So that kind of for fun attitude, I think, really does add to the scene, honestly.
I made the joke of like, yeah, the best thing you can get out of NA Collegiate is like, oh yeah, you're gonna get a trip to Dallas at some point. Because for a lot of schools, they're like, hey, congrats, you qualified LAN. You're not beating the schools that just have pros. So go enjoy 3 days in Dallas.
Suboptimal.
Yeah. Go enjoy 3 days in Dallas in late May when it's fucking 95 degrees.
Hey, to be fair, but some of the teams that qualify for Stockholm this year, they're just gonna like get up against like Korea teams and get double tapped. It's like, well, you get to spend like a week in Stockholm when it's November and it's freezing. Like, peak.
Hey, that third place NA and EMEA, that one they're gonna enjoy that week.
Third place EMEA honestly could be okay. NA, not so sure, but this is based off of what's the word? Because like the top 3 teams like TM, Al Qadzir, VP. Those are like all functional teams. Not to cope, but I feel like there's an argument here.
Okay, there's too much glazing happening for EU. This shit needs to end.
This isn't even glaze. I just said they might do okay.
There's too much happening.
Let me bring up an EU team that we can just shit on. What the fuck is going on with Genji? Like the reason they're in EU to begin with is like, hey, we didn't want to pay for a Korean roster in Korea, so we went to EU instead. They're still fucking terrible.
Krusty should be benched. Let's get that right out of the way. See, because their team I actually liked on paper. Like I mentioned before, I scrimmed with Tread one time in like 2020, and he's in a WCS, and I'm here. Let's see. What's his roster? Backbone is actually good. Zodiel is good. Sky, Crispy. Like, this is a good roster. I gotta blame the coaching staff because I don't know how you fuck up with this.
If honestly, if they don't turn around and at least compete for LAN, I think they're just gonna leave Overwatch. The team just like the org's gonna leave, which sucks.
Shouldn't there be something in the partnership agreement saying you can't just get up and fuck off immediately?
There probably is, but they'll find a way out of it.
Maybe. The only problem I can think of on this current Genji roster is Crispy and Tread have both, like this year, been benched for overcoming. So them being on the same roster might be pretty loud. And Backbone as well is a very loud player. So, though I know Sky and Zodiel don't say a lot, you might have a team that's kind of too many cooks, so to speak.
Yeah. All right. Oh. Getting towards the end. But, Spec, is there any question you want to ask us here before we sign off?
Do you guys plan like your milestone episodes at all? You just go into it, just like raw dog that shit.
We have planned basically episode 50. That's about it.
You say plan when all we've done is say the word we're going to have a roast. No actual planning has occurred.
We've talked about having a roast. That's it. It's literally going to be probably 2 weeks before it. Like, I'm going to put a message out here and ping everyone who's been a guest saying, hey, do you guys want to be a part of a roast so I can start setting up a fucking, like, feed? And that'll probably be, like, I'll say that if we do a roast, it's going to be live streamed. I'm not going to fucking record that shit. That's going to be live streamed so everyone else can laugh.
Ooh, beautiful. Point and laugh at the cretins.
Yeah. Okay, I will pay Hippie to come in and produce it so that I know my computer won't fucking blow up.
So you're free to take the full like emotional damage.
Yeah, basically. But no, outside of episode 50, like, there really hasn't been a lot of planning into milestone episodes. I think the only episode I treat as like a milestone was like, oh hey, we hit 10, we hit double digits. Like, holy shit, we did it. Like, but that one wasn't even planned much. It was just like any other one, but it was like, oh wow, I put a little bit more effort into making a tweet. That's it. Like, yeah, that's probably, like, we could probably do some planning for, like, what people would. What would you consider milestone worth? Like, I would say 50 and 100 definitely. But do you throw 75 in there?
You're the guys who are in charge. I'm just your very charming guest.
Hunter, Mega.
Hmm?
Cool.
Sorry, I'm looking at cat images on
Yeah.
Twitter. We've gone too long. My attention's gone.
I'm supposed to be the young ADHD Zoomer. Like, you guys gotta lock in.
No,
Guys gotta
Nah,
lock
I'm
in.
sorry. I'm sorry, man.
We've
Nah.
gotten long. But before we
It's
sign
okay.
off, Spec, I want to say this. Thank you for putting some shit on your goddamn walls. Thank you for putting.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting something on your walls.
It's
This-
slightly less dreary.
Is that your
This
fucking
is a sign I got from UK Unilan, and it says, it says Geode trembled, Voltsa shuddered, Keydog shook, Sour shivered, Horrocks panicked, Yukino choked. Are you ready for your Lucio lessons? Yes, Spectrion, they all said in unison.
Why Lucio?
Because I was playing Lucio at LAN. I played Lucio on my Uni team.
Dude, this guy thinks his Lucio is still good, by the way. He locked Lucio and put on one of the worst performances I've ever seen last night in fucking
Lies
NA
and
Diamond.
deceit. Lies and deceit.
I've never seen you play Lucio. You only play fucking Tracer in my mind.
I never get to play Lucio with you guys because you want to play support.
Because that's what I'm best at, so I feel like I need
Exactly.
to play it.
Exactly. Oh,
I think that's a good
Lord.
That's a good
I
point
think
as
it
any to
is.
end it here. Spectrion, thank you so much for coming back for the second time here. Don't know if there'll be a third. Maybe down the
there will be a
line.
third. I can feel it.
We're not counting the Rose as the third.
There will be a third.
He's
I
gonna
will make it happen.
guys, if I ever die, Spectrion's taking my spot, okay?
Fair enough.
But you'll have to record it fucking 7 p.m. fucking UK time. So
Oh, Lord.
1 p.m. EST.
Will you? Will I be awake at 7 p.m. UK time?
Buddy, I
Even
fucking hope
knows.
so.
God, we hope.
Get your fucking sleep schedule
Oh.
corrected. You're back in school here soon, so it should at least fix itself then. But Hunter, Mega, thank you guys so much, as always. And thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe or whatever the hell it is on Spotify. You can subscribe as well. And make sure you tune in next week for another good episode of, again, at the moment, I think I don't know who it is. We might know
We'll see.
who
Fingers
it
crossed.
is. Yeah, fingers crossed on that. But make sure you tune in next week for another great episode of For the Love of Prod. See y'all.